Hi, Mrs. Poindexter here. So I always get asked this question: how did you get started in becoming this internet model? Which is really weird because I don't think of myself as being somebody that wants to put myself out there at all. And it just kind of organically happened, and it wasn't something I went searching for. It's not my natural personality to be taking pictures of myself. So what happened was, it was about 4 years ago, so September of 2019. My husband took a picture of me up in Tahoe on Labor Day weekend, and it was this picture right here, which is, I don't know, it's okay. I mean, I'm in a bikini drinking a Truly on the beach and with a bunch of just family and, friends. And he took this picture and he posted it, and I didn't know this. He posted at the time on Reddit for like hot moms. And it got a lot of good feedback because from Redditors, and they're like, "Can you post some more?" So then he came up to me and he's like, "Hey, can I post, more pictures of you?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, "That's kind of weird. You're going to post a picture of me online. Okay, go ahead. Post another picture." And so then he posted a couple other pictures. And you have to remember, at this time, I had no sexy clothes, no nothing, like no lingerie, no nothing, just normal mom stuff, right? I'm a total tomboy. So he took a couple more pictures, posted them up. The Redditors, who I love, my Reddit fans, told me, "Oh, you should start an OF page." And him and I looked at each other, we're like, "What in the heck is OF?" I mean, I come from my background's in engineering and technology. My husband's background's the same. We met at Intel, I don't know, back like 23 years ago as engineers. So, and we've had, different companies. So, being in technology, I'm still like, I don't know, what is this page? And they were like, "No, you should really start one." My Redditors told me. So I'm like, "Okay, let's see. Can I make some money to buy shoes? Because I love shoes. And hey, if I make like $50 more than I had before making some shoes." So, lo and behold, started a page up, didn't know what I was doing. And it was super kind of embarrassing because again, I have no sexy clothes. I mean, even right now, I'm wearing jeans and a tank top. This is pretty much how I roll, like, all the time. Oh, and and some slippers because I'm a mom. That's what moms do. We wear slippers around the house and go grocery shopping. Not in my slippers though. But anyways, um, so yeah, started this whole page up, and in the meantime, I took over my husband's Reddit. So at the time, his Reddit was Maynard Poindexter. So I was like, "Okay, well then now I'm going to be Maynard Poindexter." But Maynard's like such a boy's name, right? So when people were just like, "Well, Maynard Poindexter, well then who really are you?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm Mrs. Poindexter, right?" So that's how Mrs. Poindexter's name came about. But yeah, so if you ever on my Instagram, there is a link to go to my Mrs. Poindexter Safe for Work Reddit right here. And then you can go here, and then there's all sorts of, if you've ever never been to Reddit, it's this really cool community of there's all these different subreddits, all these different forums basically you can go into. And there's things for everybody. If you love cats and maybe you have a special type of cat, or maybe you want to know about fences, or maybe you want to know about a certain architecture, maybe you want to know about cooking or gardening, or maybe you want to follow hot moms. There's something there for everybody. And it's a really, I really love Reddit. So that Reddit's kind of like my home base. So if you've ever not been to Reddit, go to Reddit. There's you know uh, hundreds of different subreddits you can go to, and things that you can go there and you can see what's going on. But anyways, going back, so yeah, so the Redditors pushed me into OF, and they thought, this is actually like, you should do this. I had, at the time when I first started, it all happened, like, honestly, like within a couple weeks, right? Of him posting a few pictures on Reddit, of me taking it over, of me starting an OF, and then all of a sudden, at that time, I had a good sized base of fans already, like, accumulated on Reddit that actually came on over. And then yeah, and then it kind of took off from there, and it just got bigger, bigger, bigger. And honestly, I didn't know what I was doing. If you see some of my early pictures, I'm like, what? What? And again, no sexy clothes at all because I'm a mom, right? I didn't even, I had no lingerie, like zero lingerie. So I think I had like this little, maybe like nightie that was like crumbled under the bed that I had to pull out, and I was like shaking it all off because it had dust on it and be like, I guess I have this and that's about it. But I have all my mom like underwear because that's what moms do, right? Moms wear mom underwear. So, if you ever go back and look, you'll see like a lot of just like really just mismatched stuff. And even if you go back to my Instagram and you would scroll all the way down, I think I opened the Instagram around the same time, but then my Instagram was private because at the time it was like I did not want to be found out, right? Because this is like, ooh, what am I doing? This is kind of secret, and it's secretive, but it's lurid, and I'm not sure if I want anyone to know what's going on. It's super embarrassing. This is not my personality. If you were to see me in real life, I'm not a person that's like, oh, hey, look at me. Never. When I walk into a room, I don't want attention. I don't like attention. So this was very, very different and new to me, right? So, but if you look at my first pictures, they're very like very innocent, innocent like in the clothes wise. But what's funny is right away, I had people that I went to high school with that reached out and they're like, "Oh, I think your husband basically took some pictures of you and posting them online and you don't know about them." And I'm like, "Oh no." I'm like, "I know." But then when they're telling me this, I get really embarrassed, and I'm looking at Mr. Poindexter. I'm like, we need to shut this down right now. Like, kill the account, stop it. There's people that I know that are finding out like what's going on. This is way too embarrassing. So what do? We probably shut down OF like once, about maybe 1 to 2 times a month for the first like 6 months. Like we'd turn it off for a while and be like, okay, am I gonna let like somebody who knows um really embarrass me? And plus I thought, there's a man code out there, right? Like men are going to keep their mouth shut. They're not going to say anything. They're just going to be like, ooh, I'm going to sit here and watch the show, right? They're not going to be blabbing their mouth. And funny story is one of my posts I had on Reddit in the early days, so this is back in the fall of 2019, went viral, and it went to R all, which is like the front of Reddit, and it was like it blew up, like totally blew up. So many people in my personal life saw it, and it was super embarrassing. It was a tame picture, so it was like totally fine. But still, they were just like, now I'm like, now the cat's out of the bag, right? They saw it. Little did I know, my cousins and my cousin's husband saw it, right? And then they just kept, they were really good, kept their mouth shut, didn't say a thing. Didn't say anything. And when I went and talked to them like a year later, like, oh hey, this is what's going on, they were like, oh, we've known, we saw you on Reddit. We just didn't want to say anything because we didn't want to embarrass you. I'm like, oh, thank you, because that's really nice that you didn't want to embarrass me. I just embarrassed myself. But anyways, long story short, that's pretty much how I started on Reddit. So the nice little bikini picture right here, right? Super innocent, right? And like, who would have known? And look at this, like, there is like no wrinkles there. Can I go back to like 4 years? I got a killer tan there too. But yeah, so anyways, that was the first post on Reddit. And like I said, it just kind of like, it was my Redditors that like kind of pushed me in this area. So next time we'll talk about like, the journey of what happened next and how other moms, became aware. Oh, actually, before that, we'll talk about like how other moms in my life were just like, I told, and they were just like, ooh, I want to do this too. And then that's how we kind of came up with this. There's all different things we could talk about. How the moms, decided that they wanted to come on and do something similar. And then how the moms in the community found out, and how they like, it was outrage and scandalous. And, how my monsters got, kicked out of Catholic school. So yeah, there's, so much to talk about this whole journey, but I just wanted to like kind of fill you guys in on, what's going on here on Reddit. So like I said, if you've never been, just go ahead and click over to Reddit and you can see. I mean, you don't have to look at me. There's all, like I said, if you like cats, you like pizza, you like sports, like there's a huge thing of NFL people on there. There's all sorts of fun stuff on Reddit. So love Reddit. It's a great community. So if you have any questions or comments about this, please leave them under the video, and I like listening to my fans, and I like to do things that it's entertaining to you. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye.